Hi, I'm Tristan James. This is Empirically Impossible, and this coin just appeared out of thin air. But what does that mean, really, out of thin air? In order to understand this rather old-fashioned phrase, we're going to start by examining a rather old-fashioned tool, the first human-made object to break the sound barrier, a whip. If you've never heard a whip crack in person, trust me, video doesn't do it justice. It's loud. It takes a lot of force to throw the handle of the whip because it has a lot of mass. The movement forms a loop-shaped wave in the body, or thong. As the loop runs down the length, the whip tapers to a point. Mass decreases, force stays the same, and it accelerates the tip past the sound barrier. In any physics class, this would be represented with the equation F equals ma. Force equals mass times acceleration. So why is that so gosh darn loud? Well, the answer is that sound is a pressure wave moving through the air. Wave energy moves at a constant velocity relative to the material it's moving through. This is really easy to visualize with water waves, but it works much the same way with sound waves. If you simply dip the tip of this wand into the pond, it creates circular waves because all the waves are moving out from the wand at the same speed. Now if I move the wand, because the waves don't change speed, they end up getting scrunched together in front of the wand and spreading out in the back. This is called the Doppler Effect. It increases the energy density of the waves in front and decreases the energy density of the waves behind. So if I move the wand faster than the waves can go, all the waves it generates end up going into one wave, which we'll call a shock wave. In sound, it's called a sonic boom. If this little thing moving just past the speed of sound makes a shock wave that sounds like this, then why shouldn't something this size moving instantaneously make an even louder sound? Well, according to tradition, the air around a magical event that's about to happen thins out so that there's nothing to displace. But I'm skeptical. I don't think we've ever seen any actual evidence that the air thins out before a magical event. I think, perhaps, the object doesn't actually appear all at once. I've got a great little experiment set up here. I've set up a little space here with a uniform background so that it's absolutely clear when the coin begins to appear and when it finishes. And then I'll use a magic wand instead of doing it in my hands to keep everything stable and steady. So it'll look kind of like this, but I'm gonna get a little closer when I do it slow-mo. I think it's pretty cool. This is very exciting. I was exactly right. It only took 14 frames at 240 frames per second for this coin to appear. That's very fast. That means it only took a 20th of a second for the coin to appear, which works out to about half a meter per second for the edge of appearance to be moving. A half a meter per second is only about 0.15 of a percent of the speed of sound. So that's why it's so quiet. Because it's just gently pushing the air out of the way. Objects do appear from one end to the other slower than the speed of sound, which would mean that they wouldn't create a shockwave or a sonic boom. But there's another school of thought that it doesn't actually displace air at all. Rather, an appearing object simply transforms from the air itself. So instead of displacing it, it replaces it. Now I'm interested to continue researching this, but I'm not exactly sure how I intend to test this. If you have any ideas on experimental design, please leave them in the comments. And don't forget, please subscribe if you want to see more videos about the science of magic next month.